Good morning, good morning. What's up, folks? JT here with another Chart Talk Live brought to you by Xtrades. It is Thursday, November the 13th. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me get my screen sharing going. My screen sharing, Sharon Stone. All right. Excuse me for the massive throat clear there. What's up? Good morning, new trader. How are you? Good to see you. What's up, Mike? Mike. Super squirrel. I like that. That's pretty sweet. What's up, Navy Plum? Good to see you. Good morning. Welcome. I got my screen sharing going on my own, all by myself. I'm a big boy now. But thank you for always checking on me and making sure that there's not something simple that I've missed or forgotten to do. All right, let's see. Screen sharing's going there. YouTube looks good. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get to it. All right, so we're going to start off with ES as we always do, get a sense of what we're looking at with the markets. Then we'll get to our trade plan reviews and, of course, new trade plan, aka ticker requests. New traders in the mix already with TTD and CRWV. So we'll take a look at least one of those, if not both. Oh, where did Navy Plum go? He gone. He was here. Now he gone. Can you guys hear me okay? Everything's good? Looks like Discord's picking me up, but what's up, Brian? Over on YouTube, Hut, Mernon, good to see you, man. All right, so let's dig in, let's get going. While we let people filter in, I guess they can just go back and watch it later. What's up, Red Mars? Another new face in the mix, good to see you. Hope you like what you see here today and that you'll attend all of our future Chart Talk Live sessions. So what are we seeing here on ES? Things are continuing to try to push to the upside. ES has, ES aka SPY, I kind of naturally want to say SPY, has shown some signs of resilience and is trying to push to the upside. It's been riding the 333 here so far, although you can see we are testing that right now for a potential pullback even further. If we do get a pullback, I'd be looking to about 68.35 before anything lower opens up as far as potential downside targets. That 68.35 level does have a nice little confluence just below there with the 200. One thing that's looking a little iffy to me here with ES though is that the 200 has crossed below the 333 and is trending a little bit to the downside. 333 is still holding up and angled to the upside, but this is a potential sign of things shifting, perhaps a little bit bearish with regards to current momentum in the market. So again, keep your eye on things, stay nimble as always. There's a lot floating around in the ether out there that can cause us to spike or drop very quickly. So definitely a good time to make sure that you are being very mindful about how much exposure you have to the markets and especially your position sizing with regards to any single individual tickers that you might be holding or trading with options. So again, overall, still leaning bullish. As long as that 68.35 holds, we could see a little bit of a pullback to that level. But ultimately, that's what I've got on watch as far as where I'm expecting things to potentially hold and try to bounce to push higher. That being said, it looks like, and well, I'm kind of iffy on it. Yeah, I'm not seeing a clear trend anywhere. I was kind of saying it might look like we have a little bit of a head and shoulders forming there, but not really seeing a good neckline to confirm that. So we'll just let this play out. Again, watch 68.35.25 as a key support level before things go for an even deeper pullback. All right, let's get to our trade plan. Excuse me. Recaps, and then we'll work on some new trade plans here this morning. So we had FIG from last Tuesday's live stream, although I did not mark that, or not last, from this Tuesday's. So this one I forgot to mark right there. Went into effect. Did we do FIG last week? Oh yeah, we did. Okay, or a couple days ago. Yeah, we did. Okay. Cool. So anyway, it tested the call breakout there yesterday. That breakout failed, rejected, swept above. That pulled it back down to bouncing between these two stop loss average down levels. And from there, it's pretty much gone sideways. So really nothing actionable on FIG so far with regards to our trade plan. So keep it on watch. We'll see how this one plays out. Let's zoom out on this one a little bit. I didn't realize it was on the 5-minute there. Still lots of sell pressure overhead. Really does need to break over that 45.15 to start to shake any of that off. Also has lots of downside pressure overhead. This one is overall looking like it wants to break bearish to me. So keep a close eye on it. And we'll get alerts as this one tries to play out for us in the chats. So again, stay nimble, be ready to act if and when the time comes. Adobe is trying to recover. It's been doing pretty well over the last couple of days, though it is running into some key pressures here, just like what we were talking about on ES a moment ago. 200 crossing below the 333. That's now acting as resistance, and the key sell pressure for Neptune, which is this level here, or this range here between 335.30 and up to the exact key pressure, key selling pressure level. They're at 338.52, so that 200 SMAs now coming down to add an additional layer of resistance in that sell pressure area. So Adobe could potentially see a rejection here and a pullback today. But that remains to be seen, of course. It does look interesting, though, and could see a pretty decent breakdown if it breaks below. It's kind of an interesting number, 333.66. So keep that on watch for Adobe for a potential earlier entry. But overall, I'd say stick to the plan, especially for the upside on this particular plan that we worked up a couple of days ago. Meta, big pullback there yesterday. 200, 333, both diving down here on the hourly. So that's near term bearish. Ran right up into that key sell pressure, just like what we were talking about a moment ago with Adobe. And also had that stop loss average down level. So again, another confluence, support and resistance, key sell pressure there on NTS. That has led to a pretty big rejection down to the put entry. Does look like it's setting up a bit of a bear flag, bearish pennant pattern here. If that 609.33 gives way, I do think these downside targets are going to play out and start hitting potentially in rapid succession. So keep an eye on Meta for downside to confirm and play out to bank on that one. And then last but not least on our trade plan reviews here, we've got Riot pushing to the downside. Was in a descending channel already. It's broken below that and now back tested it as resistance and rejected lower. So this one's going for put PT3. Gave us the break below, back test there on last Thursday, which is when we did this plan. And since then, it's just constantly played out for more and more downsides. So this plan has worked out beautifully. I hope you all have been following it to the letter. If so, congrats. You're getting ready to book the rest of your profits here today. It looks like down there at PT3 at 1440. All right, let's get to some new trade plan requests here this morning. Man, where is everybody this morning? Sorry, I'm going to take a quick beat here. to remind people that we're in here doing this. What are they doing? All right. So let me get back to our chat. We'll see if that gets people in here. I don't know what they're doing. They're missing a golden opportunity to bank on some easy trade plan setups that they get to watch play out and request. I mean, it's like pulling teeth to get people to make money in this market. There we go. Now we got some people showing up. What's up, Noble? What's up, Rookie? Good to see you all. Thanks for jumping in here. We are in the process of working on some trade plans. If you all have any questions or ticker requests, feel free to go ahead and drop those in the chat. I am getting ready to work on, let's do TTD. I think that's an interesting one to keep on watch moving forward. If we have time, we'll circle back to CRWV for you as well there, new trader. Excuse me. And then we're going to do hike. What's up, Allie's the man? Good to see ya. What's up, Brad? JJ, thank you for joining. All right. Oh, I'm already on it. Duh. So let's go. What are we going to do with the trade desk? Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean up this chart real quick. For now, I'm going to turn off NTS. Yo, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining this morning. All right. They did just report earnings a few days ago, but we're far enough removed from that I think we're in okay shape. Beats top and bottom if you can, if we are to trust TradingView's numbers from their earnings report. Sometimes TradingView, for whatever reason, doesn't pick up the most accurate numbers on these ER data points. Maybe they've addressed that since then, but again, I think they're generally a good enough indicator that we don't need to go dig anywhere else. So overall beats on both sides. They're not massive beats, and I did not listen to the conference call, nor have I read their ER report, so I don't know what kind of forward guidance they've given or anything like that. So the question is, how do we want to trade this? Do you have an interesting... I'm going to fix that here in a second. I should create... Extend right, yeah, that all looks good. All right, so potential little trend line there underneath on TTD, 5-year low. Yeah, I mean it's also got a huge, for those of you who haven't followed the trade desk for a while, huge fair value gap that takes it all the way up into the 80s. So the other interesting thing, and I would need to look a little bit more into how this would affect their specific business model with the, it sounds like the lowering next year of the the capital requirements to essentially not have PDT hanging over your head in a margin account being lowered from 25,000 to 2,000. We could see that spike a lot of day trading, and that means more transactions. and potentially that could be beneficial to the trade desk. So the question is, yeah, you said 5-year low. It may be. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Get out of the way there. What up, Chris? Good to see you. What's up, Jeff? My name is Jeff. Good to see y'all in the mix. Yeah, I thought it was approved. I believe it was. New trader. Please, somebody feel free to Google and correct me on that. I'm gonna actually zoom this out a little bit. When in doubt, zoom out. I think I might have that level off just a teeny little bit. Yeah, actually, I think that's good right there. 42.76 down to 41.22. And there is a level there, yeah, for sure. The question becomes, is there a good risk reward setup for us to catch that move to the downside? $43.88. Yeah, there might be actually. What's up, Quaneza? Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. All right, so I'm looking for this what is the next price target? Well, clearly, I'm going to use that as our third PT. All right, I'm going to have to go forward here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the level I got on that. All right, cool. That tells me what I need to know for the downside. So, potential upside moves. Where does that start to look interesting? What's up, Abe? It will depend on how. Yeah, market's looking, shaky per usual. Things have just been it's been tough sledding for the bulls, I guess is what I would say. I might have that level just a little bit off on that double top. Yeah, that looks cleaner back there too. All right. Now the big question with all of that ER noise there, where do we have some pretty realistic price targets? I think we can share a stop loss with that downside trade plan. Yeah, I think it could take a shot to 46.39. Yep, over that. I like 47.75. Yeah. All right. Cool. Just 1, 2, 3 there. 49.23. Third price target to the upside. Yeah, it's been on the struggle bus since that ER that just totally smoked things to the downside. Yeah, I see some confluences I like across the board with everything that we just put in place, so no adjustments needed. Let's go ahead and lock this in. So we're looking for a break over 44.88. That'll take us to 46.39, 47.75, and 49.23. Whoops, not 73, 43.88 stop loss. Boom. And let's pop this on there. That looks good. All right, cool. Let's lock it in. Here comes your TTD live stream plan. Whoops, not TDD. TTD. There we go. And let me get it over here in the elite chat. All right. That's locked in. Let's get our alert set. Trade plan, any alert, same as chart. Perfect. Take this to next Wednesday at market close. All right, so we're locked in. Well, almost. One last thing. There we go. Now we're locked in. All right. So what are we looking for here on the trade desk? We're looking for a break over 44.88 for this one to potentially make a recovery move back to the upside. If it does, give us a confirmed break over 44.88. We're looking for price targets at 46.39, 47.75, and 49.23 with a stop loss average down at 43.88. To the downside, we're waiting for a break below 42.76. That should open up a window of opportunity down to 41.22, followed by 39.72 for PT2 and 37.20 ultimate downside price target for this plan, with a shared stop loss average down with that upside trade plan there at 43.88. That is the trade desk plan. All right, we had Hut in the mix, the daily bull. Yeah, we'll try to take a look at SoFi as well, at least a quick look, if not a full trade plan. But let's take a look at Hut. From Ryan Brown over on YouTube. Hut's playing out the trade desk trade plan. Kidding. What? That's super weird. I swear I had support and resistance on Hut, and there's none on my chart. That's very weird. Okay, well, let's find it real quick. Whoops, didn't need to do that. start with the daily here for Hut, especially up in this range. It's not going to be much that we're going to see on the week. Well, I don't know. We'll take a quick look. That could be an interesting level to watch, actually. I swear we did some new levels for Hut for the last trade plan we did on it, which doesn't feel like that long ago. All right, that's all we're going to get from the weekly, except for we can go ahead and mark this current all-time high. All right, let's dive in here. I like that level. That's not confirmed in any way, but an interesting level to watch. That is a good looking daily level right there. Whoops, wrong color. That may become a good price target for the downside. I'm not seeing a whole lot else here on the daily, so let's not mess around. Let's keep this thing moving so we can get to at least one, if not maybe two more trade plans before this is all said and done. Yeah, make a case for that level. And to have something right about here. Yeah. Yeah, we do have something right there, though. Sorry if I'm getting a little bit quiet there, here, I should say. Just kind of got a little focused there for a second, so I could try to do these as quickly as possible. Sometimes it is easier to not walk and chew gum, although I am capable. Hmm. Sure you are. I probably set myself up for that one, didn't I? Sure, bro. Whatever you say. Hmm. There's definitely. Yeah, I don't think this is it. Maybe it is. Uh, yeah. Actually, that is it. All right. Let's get this locked in here. I think we ready. Does look a bit like... No, I take that back. I was going to say it looks like a breakdown and backtest of a trend. Definitely a breakdown of a trend that we just lost. Whoa. But yeah, it looks like it's getting ready to set up some downside here if it loses this weekly support. The question is, where does it go to? Does it actually retest that low there down to 36, 37? That would be a big window of opportunity, but I want to confirm that that wasn't like a one-off. I don't think it was a one-off, but I think... Sorry, I'm trying to nail down exactly where this level's sitting. I think it's sitting right about here, actually. So a little bit of a fill in the blanks here, but I think that makes for a solid PT1. Below that, again, filling in some blanks. I do like a move down to that 34.87 level, and then ultimately down to this weekly support here at 32.13. Where's a smart stop loss for that downside plan? Yeah. Right here. All right, so that's the downside figured out. Where does upside get interesting? Just trying to see how good of a window of opportunity we have if we take an entry around this level. Man, really torn on this one, but I'm gonna say nothing ventured, nothing gained. If we get that break, should make a move up to that 46.75 and then 48.69. Over 48.69 though, I think we've got another hourly level right about here. Just, yeah, I'm liking it more and more. Could push a little bit higher, but I think that's a good spot to go ahead and take profits. All right, that's both of our trade plans figured out there. Chris, you're on a hot mic, bro. Good morning. Hope you're doing well.
Dude, why does that happen?
I can hear you. How you doing, man?
Good. What's up, guys?
Good
I hear
to see
echo, so I'm gonna mute, but all good.
it's good to have you, man. Good to hear your voice.
Been a minute.
Yeah, man, for sure. We'll talk soon.
Yep.
All right, put entry 39.67. Come on. PT1, 36.87, 34.87, 32.13, stop loss average, 41.76. A little dyslexic there. All right, I nailed that. Okay, cool. Looks good. Yeah, that's a fact. Or that you were like on a hot mic shit talking somebody after they walked out of the room, like, God, I can't believe that idiot keeps bothering me. Oh, you can hear me? All right, let's do it. Let's lock it in. That looks solid. All right, here comes your TTD live. Oh no, HUT live stream plan. Duh, we just did TTD. My bad. Have you tried rebooting? And then let's get this in the elite chat. Boom. Boom. And last but not least, all right, we're locked in. Let's talk this through. What are we looking for here on HUT? We're looking for a break below 39.67. That could open up downside for targets at 36.87, 34.87, and 32.13 with a stop loss average down at 41.76. For the upside, we're waiting for a break above 44.04. That should bring price targets at 46.75, 48.69, and 51.45 with a stop loss average down at 41.76. Those are your HUT live stream plans. Let's go. All right. We got HUT, we got TTD. Well, thank you. It's just my process. It's been extremely effective for me for years now, LB. It's part of, essentially, it's part of what I really focus on when it comes to doing mentoring is finding these levels, finding your confluences, finding your windows of opportunity and your windows of risk, factoring all that in into whether or not it's a viable trade plan, and then just go forth and execute, stick to your plan. It makes things a lot easier when it's all mapped out and you can trust the accuracy of your analysis. That's what I would say. All right, let's see. Didn't we have another somebody? Oh yeah, you asked for gold. We'll take a quick look at that. Just SoFi actually. Daily Bull was in here asking for SoFi. And then we'll take a quick look at gold so I can spread the love. Yeah, I agree 100%, Chris. That's why I do them. I do a lot more trade plans than I do alerts. If I do an alert, you're essentially getting a trade plan with it. No ambiguity around any of the levels as far as when to be in, when to be out, when to take profits. That is all part of being a better trader, in my opinion. All right, what we're doing SoFi. And I've got levels on this one, so this should be easy. It's actually playing out our last trade plan on SoFi, where it gave us the break above and back test at 30.22. There's your break above. There's your back test. A little bit of sweeping below, but overall still bullish. That took us all the way to PT2 there yesterday from the last trade plan. PT2 being a trend-based fib extension. I don't know from when though. Did have some prior data there. When did I drop those on the chart? Oh, okay, it was ran off just prior to that little pump candle there. That makes sense. Okay, so knowing that, say this needs a little bit, and again, these trend-based fib extensions are kind of our best guesses, right? We make highly educated guesses, is what I should say, about where we will find resistance in price discovery, aka levels that have never truly been tested before. Being said, we can kind of re-engineer that existing SoFi plan. Keep our PT3 now as a PT1. Slight adjustment to that PT2 level there, just to get better confirmation that we have unlocked that move. 3147 prior all-time highs from back here. Makes for a good stop loss average down in my opinion. So now I actually do want to see. Yeah, I would just follow the fibs. Up from there, taking us all the way to the 100% extension, which would be a very smart PT3 anyway. So that was easy. Now let's figure out the downside. What do I like better? That's the question here. It's considering a break below 3091 to play down to 3022 with a stop at 3147. It's all a bit tight as far as ranges and everything like that. Maybe a little too tight to be truly actionable. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. Should bring at least a test of this gap. Or a fill, actually. Yeah, I take this down. Oh, what am I doing? I just needed to adjust that other level. Sorry, let me fix that by deleting it. And from there, and again, this, at least for how I do my charting, this blue level is kind of like a placeholder potential level there, but I think it's actually really sitting right about there. That'll give us a good third price target now that I've seen some more data in that range. All right, cool. That was quick and relatively easy, painless. So let's get it locked in. And 3091. Cool, cool, cool. That looks better. That looks even better. All right. Let's go. Here comes your SoFi live stream plan. And of course, in the elite chat, oh, I was like, what am I forgetting? All right, so for SoFi, what are we looking for on our plan from this morning? We are looking for a break over 32.37. That should bring targets at 33.48, 34.38, and 35.50 with a stop loss average down at 31.47. To the downside, we're looking for a break below 30.22. That should bring price targets at 29.25, 28.48, and 27.74 with a stop loss average down at 30.91. All right, so let me take a look. One last request. Quick look at gold for LB, who thinks I can't walk and chew gum, but I'll help him out anyway. I get it. A lot of people assume that about me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, let's see. Gold looking good, continuing to cruise, probably looking exactly like silver. They both got a gap up, back test to the 333 that's launched them from there. Don't believe me, just watch. Gap above, back test of the 333, pushed higher. 333 key moving average. All right, so where's gold going from here is the question. To me, it's definitely running up to a key level here. I think. Yeah, probably right about here at 391.12. So if you're not already in gold for the upside, I'd wait for 391.12 to break, get a confirmed break over that. I'd be looking for a shot at all-time highs from there, so pretty good risk reward on this. And a stop loss right here. So there you go, LB. Quick analysis for you, but essentially, long story short, break over 391.12, I'd be looking for 403.27, over a long enough period of time, so make sure to buy plenty of time if you're going to trade options on this. And I'd have my stop loss there at 385.21. All right, that puts us about 10 minutes out from market open. I do need to get the SPY plan put together and published as close to 9:30 as possible. So with that being said, I think we're going to call it a week here for Chart Talk Live. I want to thank everybody for joining me this morning. I do appreciate it so much. We will be back. Excuse me. We will be back next Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our first session of next week for Chart Talk Live. So please make your way back here for that. I look forward to sharing more ideas and analysis with you all then, and of course in the chats in the meantime. So as we always say here on Chart Talk Live, to quote the great 007 of Wall Street, plan your trades and trade your plans. Remember, we are looking for profits, not perfection. So go out there and get some green, keep your wins big, keep your losses small. all that good stuff. Let the roll call here. You got it, Daily Bull. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me. Please come back next Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. Until then, this is JT signing off. I will see you guys in the chats. Take care of yourselves. Have a great and profitable day.